The atmosphere inside the San Jose federal courthouse was electric. Cameras lined the halls and tech moguls whispered in the gallery. At the defense table sat Leo Vance, a 24-year-old coding prodigy from a blue-collar neighborhood. Leo wasn't just fighting for his freedom, he was fighting a giant. Opposite him was the legal team for OmniCorp, a trillion-dollar tech conglomerate. They had accused Leo of stealing a top-secret AI algorithm and, more chillingly, of murdering the lead scientist who mentored him. To the world, Leo was a disgruntled genius turned killer. But today, on Justice Journals, we pull back the curtain on a case where the little guy takes on a corporate empire in a battle of code, blood, and betrayal. The prosecution's opening was brutal. Leo Vance didn't just want a job at OmniCorp, the lead attorney sneered, pointing a finger at the young man. He wanted the crown jewels of their research. When Dr. Aris Thorne refused to let him take credit for the Project Singularity algorithm, Leo snapped. We have security footage of him entering Dr. Thorne's private lab minutes before the doctor suffered a fatal, accidental fall. This isn't a case of theft. It's a case of a cold-blooded assassin hiding behind a keyboard. Leo sat with his head down, looking exhausted. He had spent the last 6 months in a high-security prison, labeled a traitor to the industry. His lawyer, a veteran public defender named Sarah Jenkins, stood up. She didn't have the fancy suits of the OmniCorp lawyers, but she had a laptop and a drive for the truth. "The prosecution talks about a killer," Sarah said, addressing the jury, "but they forget to mention that the victim, Dr. Thorne, was about to leak evidence that OmniCorp's new AI was built on illegal data harvesting. Leo wasn't the intruder in that lab. He was the witness." The trial reached a boiling point when OmniCorp presented a digital footprint, a series of logs showing Leo's private ID accessing the encrypted files at the exact time of the murder. It looked like an open and shut case, but Sarah Jenkins had a specialist on standby, a dark web forensic expert. "Mr. Hayes," Sarah asked her witness, "is it possible to replicate a user's digital ID within a closed network like OmniCorp's?" "Not just possible. If you have administrative access to the main server, you can create a ghost login. We analyzed the timestamps. The logs were backdated. The files were accessed while Leo Vance was already in police custody." The courtroom went silent. Then, Sarah pulled out her final piece of evidence, a small, damaged smartwatch recovered from the scene of the struggle, which the police had originally dismissed as broken. This watch belonged to Dr. Thorne. It didn't just track his heart rate, it recorded ambient sound when it detected a high-stress event. As the recording played through the courtroom speakers, the jury heard Dr. Thorne's voice. "You can't launch this, Marcus. It's illegal. I'm calling the SEC." Then another voice replied, a voice that every person in the room recognized. It was the CEO of OmniCorp, Marcus Sterling, who was currently sitting in the front row of the gallery. "The company is bigger than one man's conscience, Aris," the recording caught Marcus saying, followed by the sound of a violent struggle and a horrific crash. The CEO's face turned from a mask of arrogance to one of pure terror. He tried to stand up, but the bailiffs were already moving towards him. The Project Singularity algorithm wasn't stolen by Leo. It was being used by Marcus to frame Leo and cover up a murder that protected OmniCorp's stock price. The judge's gavel didn't just end the trial. It dismantled a corporate dynasty. Leo Vance was acquitted of all charges and awarded a record-breaking settlement. But more importantly, he walked out of that courtroom with the one thing OmniCorp couldn't steal: his integrity. In the age of technology, who really owns the truth? When a corporation becomes more powerful than the law, who stands up for the truth? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. This is Justice Journals. Subscribe for more high-stakes legal battles and the truth behind the headlines. The court is adjourned.